Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 115 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Good. First time being back around this table since Extra Life. We weren't in sync at all, but it was good enough.
We were Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet's back. All right, we gotta get tickets!
Yes.
August. Jess and I want to go.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm up.
Up, down.
Left,
up,
right.
We're up, down, down for Backstreet Boys. What? Hey-o. So, hey, Sean.
Hey, Kevin.
You know what people should do if they're watching us for the first time?
What should people do for...
They should definitely like this video, hit subscribe, but even if you've already subscribed, make sure you hit the little bell so you get the little ding.
Ring my bell.
When we post a video.
I don't know if that's how it goes.
Just hit the bell so you get the notifications.
Ding.
But do you know what's even cooler than subscribing to us at youtube.com/2playercoop, Sean?
Ice cold.
What?
What?
What was that from?
What's cool?
Oh.
Being cool.
Ice cold. All right. Okay. Sean, what's cooler than subscribing to us at youtube.com/2playercoop?
Buying the shirts.
All right.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah. Okay. No, I was looking for you to say ice cold again so I could say all right. But then I was going to say buying the shirts. Yeah. So we have a merch shop. If this is the first time you're seeing this, go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop, all one word. We've got everything, Sean, from...
The link will be down in the description.
It'll be in the description. It'll be on the screen. Kevin didn't forget.
Right there.
That's me. T-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, stickers, phone cases,
Coffee mugs,
and all the shirts and stuff. They go from men to women to kids to everything in between. We got everything. Something we've wanted to do for a while, pretty much ever since we got our new logo, I would say. Right?
That is correct.
That is correct. Because as soon as we put out that new logo, Solar, who lived up to his end of the bargain, and Logan were like, yo, you put that on a t-shirt, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
We put on a t-shirt. You should buy it. But basically, we're just it's a way for us to get it just makes it just feels so freaking cool. Like, and shout out to Ernie, by the way, youtube.com/player-without-fear, because that's what gave us the idea to actually do this. So the only reason we never did t-shirts before now is when we looked at t-shirts before, we looked at local people, right? You looked up
we looked
people.
into just getting them made ourselves, and then basically you telling us that you want one, and then we mail it to you, and it was just this whole hullabaloo. Is too much work, but Teespring makes it very well. That too, yeah.
So Teespring, they make it really easy for people to, you don't have to put up hundreds of dollars up on the front end to make your shirts and stuff. You design your shirt, they make it, they sell it, and you get a small little percentage. Which we sold 3 shirts, and we've made more than we ever did on YouTube. So whatever. But we're really excited about it. What? Were you doing big bucks?
No.
Were you just burping?
Oh, well, because you were over there like... So then I started doing it too. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Why isn't that moving? We're good. We're still here. Everything's good.
I'll edit that out. And resume. Unshun. All right. So anyways, we've got a merch store. We've got working audio equipment. But really, it's something you guys wanted. It's something we've wanted to do for a while. And honestly, it does let us put a little tiny bit of money back in our pockets. Which there's something I think we both want to do with that money.
Yes.
Do you like audio? Okay. There's a reason for it also. It's a double entendre. That's not at all.
Double entendres.
So teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. The mics are running. That's good to know. So yeah, merch. There's 2 shirts I want to buy. I want
a hoodie.
I want the tactical long sleeve, and I also want the that's the other thing we were going to say. So if you saw the merch video we did, if our shirts look a little bit different than what is on the store, there's a reason for that. We wanted to kind of do a test print before we actually launched
early prototypes.
Yes, they're prototypes.
Working out the bugs.
You'll notice, and we should probably just change our logo to the gray DualShock 4.
Oh, yeah, probably.
So the shirts have a gray DualShock 4 with the ARMS logo. Just because mine was the all black DualShock 4, and on my T-shirt it looks like a DualShock 4, but you can't see the D-pad or anything else. So that's why we went with the gray. Just if you're wondering why it looks different. But yeah, that's it. So you should be good to go. Hey Sean.
That scares me.
Yep. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
From 6-7 days ago, 5-6 days ago.
From the 2-player co-op family to yours.
For real though.
Yes.
We are thankful for all of you out there.
Each and every one.
Everybody that's hearing this right now, thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, listening, interacting, everything. Thank you guys so much. We did have some questions, Sean.
We did.
About Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
James Solar asked us, is any Thanksgiving food bad?
So here's the thing.
It depends, is what I would say.
I think there's plenty of bad Thanksgiving food out there. However, I think here in the White household, I think we keep it pretty simple.
Yeah.
One thing we do have, which I don't want, cranberry sauce. It's not good. And some people swear by the canned stuff. That's literally just
the jelly that just goes, and you gotta cut it so it looks somewhat edible.
I can at least kind of understand eating legit cranberry, fresh cranberry sauce, which I don't know if you just mush it up or what, but cranberry sauce, it's not good. Turkey, probably not. It's pretty far down there on my list of meats.
It's good once or twice a year, yeah.
But it's exactly there's a reason you probably only have this at Thanksgiving and maybe Christmas. Nobody's cooking turkeys on a
Wednesday night in September.
Exactly. Yeah. It's good, and shout out to my wife Brittany. Turkey was fantastic. However, turkey in general, it's just kind of bland. There's so many better meats out there. Almost every single meat.
I was gonna say.
So I love turkey on Thanksgiving. I wouldn't have it any other way. However, not the best meat. There are much better meats out there.
One thing that I don't like, now we don't eat this here, and you used to love this as a kid. I've always hated it. Cream corn. Not a fan.
I don't think I ever ate cream corn. I barely ate corn.
No, but you I remember you liked Graham's cream corn. And I hated it.
Really?
I always thought cream corn was just, it's like corn soup, and it's half warm, half cold. It's just disgusting. Cream corn, that can kick rocks. Turkey's good. Ham is amazing. Oh, ham. Oh, Joel and Stacey, Joel and Stacey were here. Oh yeah, because you hit me in the face with a football cup times when they were here.
Stuffing. Love stuffing.
Yeah, but we're talking about bad food.
Oh yeah. But I love stuffing.
Oh yeah. No, but Joel brought ham over, and it was so good. It was so.
Really?
It wasn't a rum ham. We were watching Dana's video, and there made me think of it.
What else? Bad Thanksgiving foods.
It's so hard for me to say because we make the stuff that we like.
Right, we wouldn't make it if we didn't like it. Oh, one thing I'm not a big fan of.
Yes.
So I love sweet potatoes. I'm not down with the whole sweet potatoes with a marshmallow topping and as a side. That's almost dessert territory if you ask me.
That sounds like a sweet potato pie or something.
Well, there's sweet potato pie too, but this is literally, it's just sweet potatoes and they serve it. Why are you putting marshmallows, which are sweet, on top of an already sweet potato?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love sweet potatoes. That's always seemed a little weird to me.
Yeah.
This year we elected for the good old King's Hawaiian rolls as opposed to the usual crescent rolls. I'm good with either. No complaints there.
I King's Hawaiian over everything in this world. I could eat that whole pack for breakfast in one day. Just give me some nice melted butter and warm them up in the microwave and just spread that butter and then just eat them up. It's so freaking good.
Unpopular opinion,
okay,
especially down in the South, and I will speak for you as well. Pecan pie. No. Now he's got a real reason.
I mean, it would kill me.
It would literally kill him.
It literally would kill me.
I just don't like it.
Because you're allergic?
It's just made have you ever seen Mom make this? Mm-mm. It's disgusting. It's just...
No, because she always made me run out of the kitchen.
It's pecans in a bowl with
soup.
The dark Caro corn syrup. It's just disgusting. And I know people love it and whatever, I'm sure.
Just give me ice cream.
If it's your thing, it's great, but... we have this thing that I'm not going to begin to explain, but in our family we have frosting pie, which is basically just like, it's like chocolate mousse.
It's like thick chocolate. It's so good.
It's just chocolate like mousse in a graham cracker crust. I mean, it's the most basic thing, but it's so good. So I'll take that over pecan pie.
I had
pecan or pecan. I think I usually say pecan pie.
I see. I do that. I say pecan pie, but those are pecans.
Oh, see, I flip it. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. What else? Anything else we missed? I'm trying to think of traditional Thanksgiving foods that we don't make. Yes. Like our Thanksgiving is turkey, rolls, corn, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and cranberry sauce for the couple people that eat it. And I think that's it. Oh, Mom made like broccoli cheese casserole.
I didn't even get to try that. I have to say, I have to agree with Greg Miller now. Broccoli, this good. I agree with you, Greg. It took 37 years now, but I agree. Broccoli's good.
I can't do it. I can't even do
the way
Jess roasts
it. No. But it's so like you do olive oil on a pan, olive oil, and you do some garlic powder.
Olive oil too, but it's not enough.
Garlic pepper. I mean, just garlic powder, salt, pepper. Roast it so the ends are a little bit burned, like the cheese gets burned on lasagna, and it's so good. It actually, like I just found this out in like the last 2 weeks. I was like, oh my god, I like it.
Yeah,
I like broccoli.
I'll pass. I think that about covers it.
I think it covers it. Thank you, James Solar.
Excellent question. Love the viewer, listener, watcher, reader participation.
Mail.
So keep them coming. Here's the
shout
mail.
Out, James Solar. Fails. Just shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to
and
James
Sarah
Solar
too. Thanks,
in general.
You guys are awesome. King Boo also wrote in and said, "What are some gaming moments that we are thankful for?" I am thankful that Metal Gear Solid 1 came out because I would not be here to. I would not
he would be
at
dead.
This table without Metal Gear Solid 1. It would not. I would not have. Like I had given up on gaming. Period. Like even when before we told the story. Go back to very early in our YouTube career and watch the history of us. But like,
this is us.
Yeah, this is us.
This is we. This is Wii U.
Even worse. Nintendo to the Genesis to the 32X to the Saturn, and we didn't have PlayStations when we were kids. By the time you got your N64 in 98, I think, I was pretty much done. Like I watched you play Ocarina, and then in 99 I graduated and went to college. Didn't bring a video game system with me or anything. Then in 2000 and it was either 2000 or early 2001, I got Metal Gear Solid on the PC. So a couple years after it came out, I know. And it just changed video games forever for me. And I've told this story out here many times. Like that game is the reason that I still play games to this day. It's not my favorite game of all time. It was number 7, 8, something like that on our list. We just did go back and check it out. But that is what I am thankful for Hideo
You're thankful
Kojima.
for Hideo. Yeah.
I am. I mean, like really, like from that game all the way up until he left and whatever the hell Death Stranding ends up being, like that guy is the reason that I still play games to this day.
Yeah. I mean, kind of a cop out, but the easy answer for me is, I'm thankful for Zelda, and namely Ocarina, because I think it kind of had the same effect on me. Not that I ever really went through a period. Well, I don't know. Was there like a bit of a lull? Like when did the 32X more or less die?
2 months after it came out,
which was 95, 96?
No, it came out. It was 94. It was 94 that it came out. The Saturn was 95. The PlayStation was 95.
See, I'm just trying to think, like, because I feel about Ocarina the way you do about Metal Gear, and that it kind of brought me back to games. But I'm trying to think if I really had a lull.
Yeah.
But I must have. What was I playing between 95 and like 98?
We were probably just playing
Christmas
Nomad.
98, like the end of 98. Like, what was I doing?
Area 51.
I was probably just playing the same old game, but
NHL 97.
So I don't know, but that game, if you haven't already, check out help me, the IGN podcast. They did they did a 20-year kind of retrospective thing. Yeah, kind of a retrospective thing on the 20-year anniversary of Ocarina. And I just talked about it. Well, in general, I talk about it ad nauseum here on the podcast. We just talked about it on our top 10. I'm not going to get into it now, but just listen to that podcast. If you're a Zelda fan, they do a great job. Everything they say is like, yes, thank you, yes, like they nail it. But God, that game is so good. Shout out to Marco's Pizza here in our hometown, our current hometown, Collierville. Went to pick up pizza for the family tonight. Ended up in a conversation there about Zelda. They asked me what my favorite one was. I had to say Ocarina. Guy disagreed, said Zelda 1. Can't disagree. I mean, I can disagree, but I can't blame him.
You can't argue.
But it's just such an important game, and there are aspects of that game in almost every single game that's out there today.
Z targeting didn't exist. Lock, or whatever you want to call it, lock on targeting, whatever you want to call it. It did not exist before Ocarina of Time. And it's like when you go back and really think, like, people had not figured out how to do a 3D game that's not first person. Like, how do you do combat? And it goes back to I don't remember if it was Aonuma or who it was. That were such a big fan. Obviously, they're Japanese, but they're a big fan of like samurai movies and stuff. And they're like, I want the combat to feel like a samurai movie where you fight this guy, the other guy's and you kill him, and then this other Lizalfo comes in or whatever. Like they wanted to feel like samurai movies, and they just freaking that game changed games forever. Period.
Another funny thing that came about that he pointed out from that podcast.
Oh yeah,
we traced back, we believe, my love of your inverted controls.
Not even love, your necessity.
And it's because I think it's because of Zelda. I think it's because of Ocarina, because that game defaulted to inverted controls when you're doing your first person slingshot and boomerang and bow and arrow and stuff.
Apparently
and you can't change it. So I don't know if maybe it threw me for a loop and then I got used to it and then I just couldn't go back.
Yeah.
Because what other first person shooters? I'm trying to think, like Rainbow Six. That was all mouse, so I mean, there is still an inverted aspect to it, but I don't know, would I play a PC first-person shooter where I'm moving with the mouse? Would I play that inverted? That I don't know, because that's a different... My reasoning for inverting controls on a stick makes sense. That stick is the person, and you push forward, they look down, and then you pull back, and he looks up.
But you're still...
I don't know if I played that way with the mouse.
But you're moving it forward, moving it back. I don't know.
But to me, it makes perfect sense, and I think that's why I am an inverter. So shout out to inverted controls, which I am also thankful for, because without them, I couldn't do it. So thank you, inverted controls.
But yeah, so go check out the latest NVC episode. Like I tweeted Zach and Pear and Sam, and I think it was Casey DeFreitas also that was on there. I said, this is one of my favorite video game podcasts I've ever listened to. Yeah. Like it was so, and I'm a guy that just played it 2 years ago for the first time, really playing it. And it was just like, it was like an hour and 40 minutes long. And I was like, I can't stop listening to this. It's so freaking good.
I'm curious what your thoughts on the game would have been, because I think, shout out to Logan, the same reason why you give him crap about not liking Zelda, and I get it. If you didn't play that game back then, it can be tough to go back to that. And again, shout out to Marcos, the guy there. We had the same talk about how if you weren't there to go from no Zelda to Zelda, like that is why that game is so good to most people, because if you were around for that, because it was just such a leap forward in games in general. And I think Ocarina kind of had that same effect. Like if you weren't there to experience it at that time, like the first time they did 3D Zelda, like if you couldn't experience it back then, you're probably not going to have the same thoughts about that game now. And you love the game, but I don't think it's quite as meaningful, memorable to you because you experienced it, 18 years after the fact. So, but
it was probably like number 11 or 12 for me. Like it was right there. It's right there. Even not having played it until I played it on the 3DS, which is the way to play that game. Yeah. And I loved how they talked about it on that podcast too. It's like everybody bitches and complains about the water temple. No, Jabu Jabu's belly can kick rocks. That is the worst temple. That thing sucks, especially on the 3DS where you've got one extra button for your boots or whatever that was so difficult about the water temple. I think it was the boots. Yeah. Jabu Jabu's belly, I hated that thing. That's what keeps me from going back and playing through that again, is how much I know that I hated.
But it's actually a pretty short level.
No, I know, but it's just confusing.
I don't know. It's not real. The most confusing part to me is when you have to go into that room where you drop down through those holes, and you gotta make sure you drop down through the right one to land on the right platform down below. Like
but I mean, if
stuff,
you know it, if you know what you're doing, but like I played it without a guide, and I was like, and then
if you look at the map, you can kind of tell, like, oh, I need to fall in this part of the room, but neither here nor there.
What else? I'm thankful for Nintendo.
Kevin's thankful for trophies in video games.
Also, 28 or 20. I don't know how many. I've lost track. I haven't played Burly Man at Sea yet to get that trophy for the PS Plus free game. But no, I'm thankful for Nintendo. Like, hello. Yeah. I'm thankful for Mario and I'm thankful for Link, because even before Metal Gear brought me back, there would have been no bringing me back if it was not for Mario and Link. There would have like, we didn't care about Atari. We played around with the Intellivision. Night Stalker was fun, Lock and Chase, whatever. But like, these two dudes hooked us from the jump. Period. And if they did not exist, this would not be a thing at all. I can 100% say I would have never even made it to Metal Gear if Mario and Link were not a thing.
True. I'm looking at you when you talk, and out of my peripheral, I see your shirt. And when I'm not looking at your shirt, it looks as though it's like a Tide shirt. It looks like the Tide logo when I'm not actually looking at it.
Like all those new commercials.
Tide Pods.
A Tide or Atari. Anything else you're thankful for?
I don't know. No, that's it.
Thank you to James Solar and thank you to King Boo for writing in to the Two Player Co-op podcast. We do appreciate you guys writing in. Speaking of things we're thankful for, we were thankful for, like we said, late yesterday was Thanksgiving. We're recording this Friday night. It'll go up early next week. We had a lot of fun on Thanksgiving, and I'm not even talking beer and wine. I'm talking video game, Sean.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to the NES Classic. Shout out to the SNES Classic. They came back from the dead for us. Sean was this close to beating Punch-Out. I had a blast watching you play that. I don't want to play that. At least not when you get to Sandman and Tyson and stuff, but like...
To be fair, you did a lot of save stating.
No, you did it in one run. Never
did
even
it one run.
Had to save.
Mr. Dream, Mike Tyson, whoever. Mr. Dream in this one. I mean, it's almost impossible.
It's almost like he's harder than Mike Tyson was. That was the thing I wanted to look up, but I was like... But like, I wanted to look up, like, did they make Mr. Dream harder than even Mike Tyson was?
Right. But yeah, I couldn't, even with the save states that I may or may not have done, I couldn't beat him. I got to the third round. I got to where I finished the fight with like 3 knockdowns, and he had only knocked me down once, and they wouldn't give me the decision. So I'm like, I don't know if you can beat him via decision. I don't know if you have to knock him out.
You probably can't.
But there wasn't enough time to knock him out. Like, you only get to hit him so many times, and so it was all for nothing. I mean, it wasn't all for nothing, but I couldn't beat it.
Granny tried Dr. Mario.
That was
She
hilarious.
Was like,
Now, to give you some perspective, Granny, our mom, who's now known as Granny, was, at least how I remember it,
World Championship
like
Tetris player.
Tetris wizard.
Yeah, she was a
savant.
Yes.
She was just unbelievable. Now, for whatever reason, no Tetris on the NES Classic, but there is Dr. Mario, and you got to figure it's kind of the same thing. So we thought maybe she'd be good at it. She was not.
I think it's really like... But remember back in the day when she had the handheld Tetris thing, not Game Boy Tetris, but like a handheld game. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, that had a D-pad and an A and a B or whatever. Or just, it was probably just one button, actually. But it's like she didn't know how to go left and right anymore because she doesn't have a touch screen. Like, she plays Tetris all the time on her iPhone, iPads, but like, I think it was just so different to her that she just didn't know what to do. What else did we play? I beat Mario 1.
Oh, yeah.
And I completely forgot this. There is a second quest to Super Mario Brothers 1.
There is. The Master Quest, as it were. As it was.
# Mario Mondays. Sometime after we beat 3D World. I think that'll be fun. It won't be as bad as Lost Levels because I will never, ever, ever play that game again. But I think that would be fun because I think both of us have literally close to zero experience with that. Correct?
Probably, yeah.
So I beat Mario 1. And it's like, oh, you blah, blah, blah. Push B for a new challenge. I said, push B. Okay, start one player. Dun, 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 dun. And I go over, instead of a Goomba, it's a beetle. Yeah, Buzzy Beetle. I'm like,
Bill.
Oh, okay. Let's just stop this right now. Save this for a Let's Play. So I beat Mario 1. That was fun. We plugged in the SNES.
Played some Castlevania.
Played some Street Fighter 2
Some
Turbo.
Street Fighter. I won 6-5.
No.
In an unofficial tournament.
But no, we were tied 1-1 when it really counts. Because we stopped. Because we were doing it was fun. By the way, shout out to the sound effects on Street Fighter on the SNES. Yeah. The bass, because I'm all about that bass.
No trouble.
When you hit somebody with a fierce attack, either kick or punch, that just... It is so... it's so good. We had a lot of fun with that. We played Castlevania. What did we get up to? Stage 3?
3, I think.
And then you died.
Then I died. And then we were just
like,
done.
football's on. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Contra, I couldn't do... I was... By that time, I had been imbibing. I was like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Super Punch-Out, I sucked at that.
Yeah, you didn't do very good there.
I literally think that's the first time I have ever played Super Punch-Out.
Probably.
It looked like it, yeah.
What else? Was that it? We were going to play F-Zero, but for some reason that's only one player.
Which makes no sense at all.
That might have been it. But yeah, shout out to video games. Thankful for video games.
Shout out to as much as I love my Pi, the NES and SNES Classic, for times like that, it's like...
It's perfect.
It's perfect. And I've got them set up. They look so nice under that TV. They're just the TV sucks, but they're just like... They're just so pretty. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
Sean, what else have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
I haven't played any in a while now, 4 or 5 days, but making my way through it, making my way downtown. Walking fast, faces past, and homebound. Game's still awesome. I finally just forked over the $9 when it was on sale and got it on my PS4, so I have the nice crisp clean PC version of it with the cheats where you can turn 3 times speed on. So I'm flying through it. I'm flying through it.
Okay.
But I'm not too far yet, but the game's great. I'm going to try to... I really kind of want 100% that, the Emerald weapon and Ruby weapon and all these weapons that, optional bosses and stuff that I've never beaten.
Turtle Rock.
The equivalent of Turtle Rock,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working my way through that.
Is that Michelle?
Or
is it
no,
Vanessa?
That's Vanessa.
Okay.
Vanessa.
Because you're everywhere to me.
I can't do the Carlton.
When I blink my eyes, it's you.
That's Michelle.
What is Vanessa Carlton? Making my way
downtown. That's pretty much
That's
it.
her only... Okay.
Oh, she did that, and she did the big yellow taxi with...
with yeah. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
Gosh, what else? I think that's pretty much it. That's all I've really been playing.
So, you know me and my aversion to turn-based stuff.
That is correct.
That is correct. Now that you've played it, this version of Final Fantasy VII, are you stop being a whiny little baby, Kevin, and go play this game?
I think you should, because even if you don't like it, there's no way to avoid it. Because you can't you just can't. You need to do it. But if it's that you suck at it, because it's turn-based, there's the cheat to where you just constantly have full health and limit breaks. So there's no reason to ever really die in it, and that would at least let you experience the story. I think you should give it a try. It's a big game, but it's not... compared to some big games today, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But I think you should try it. And do you know... Have you had the story spoiled for you?
Just the big thing.
Okay.
Aerith.
The story's way bigger than that. That's obviously a big part.
Really?
But
okay.
Yeah. That's the big thing that everybody knows about. But the story
is it really only halfway through or something?
It's further along than I thought.
Okay.
I thought it was
Have you gotten through that?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's on the first disc. I think it maybe is. I think maybe that's the end of the first disc. Okay. But I remember it being 10% of the way through the game. And it's not. It's a lot further in. The last time I played through it, it was a lot further in than I remembered it being.
Okay.
I don't know. I think you should try it. That's the version to play, especially for you. I think you should give it a try.
It'd be nice if they ever, remade it.
Yeah.
Like an action RPG. You know what I've been playing this week, Sean?
I do.
Hitman 2. This was... I almost think before I actually played Spider-Man, I was more looking forward to Hitman 2 than I was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Hitman 2 is not Spider-Man. It's definitely not God of War. It's definitely not Spider-Man. I'm having major buyer's remorse right now.
Really?
And I hate that because so I played Hitman 2, Silent Assassin was okay. Hitman Contracts was basically Hitman 3 on PS2. I really liked it. But then they perfected Hitman, in my opinion, with Blood Money. Like, I probably put, in a game that takes 4 to 5 hours to beat, I probably put 50 to 60 hours into that game. Just like, how can I kill this guy at the barbecue in a clown suit and do whatever? Like, it was perfect. Then there was Absolution, which was which was the only PS3 Hitman game that came out. They did the Hitman trilogy where they released, I think it was 2 Contracts, or no, it might have been Contracts, Blood Money, and then Absolution on PS3. But the only like made for PS3 Hitman game was Absolution. A lot of people didn't like it. They thought it was too straightforward. You got your like detective mode like in Arkham, which is carried over into Hitman Season 1 now. I would call this Hitman Season 2, whatever you want to call it. This is not the Hitman that I remember at all. Like, so you start out, you load up the game. Agent 47 is riding on a little boat to the shore. You got this abandoned beach house where you got to go in, infiltrate, get some intelligence, and then, oh no, the bad guys show up, and you got to stealth around and kill them. And it's fine, it's whatever. There's one target, you kill her, sneak out, go, you're done. When you get to the real first stage, which is in this is the thing that they showed, like all. A lot of the build up to this game, they were showing the race in Miami, like the it wasn't even an F1 race. I don't even know what you would call it, IROC, or it was an IROC race or something. So you got this Miami Speedway. First off, shout out to IO Interactive, because the amount of people that they get on screen without it like stuttering at all is mind blowing. Like, you were walking through crowds with literally hundreds of people on screen at one time, and it doesn't shudder, it doesn't stutter, it doesn't do anything. But every stage, so I'm to the third stage now, there's 2 targets in stage 1, 3 in stage 2, 3 in stage 3. It's like if you are good at this, and maybe if I were to just like, I'm going to play the Miami Raceway over and over and over again for like 10, 15 hours. I'm going to learn where every piece of poison is, and where this wrench is, and where I can sneak over this wall and then kill this guy and take his costume and do all this. Like, maybe I would like it, but I really thought Hitman 2 was going to challenge Spider-Man for my number 2 game of the year, and it is not even close. Is it going to make top 10? I don't think it's not my top 10 right now.
Yeah.
And I really am to the point now where I'm like, I should probably just go turn this into GameStop as quick as I can and get as much as I can, and then just put that money towards
$7 instead of $4.
Yeah, put it towards PUBG and just be done with it. But like, it's at like an 82 on Metacritic. I think the levels are too big and too involved. Like, I can go into Colombia, and so there's 3 targets you got to take out. And I've figured out where there's a way I can go over this fence to sneak up to figure out where the lady person is that I got to kill. But so I figured out how to jump the fence, go up there to get her. I'm like, well, now what? There's nothing I can do. So, wink. Now I got 100 people chasing after me because I sniped her. I didn't snipe her. I did my silenced pistol, and somebody saw me. So now I'm running for my life, and I'm like, it's not fun.
Yeah.
And it's so disappointing. I missed out on Hitman 2016 because it was episodic, and I was like, this is stupid. And I still say it was stupid to release it in the episodic format. But it's almost like they built this game as if it was episodic, to where you would only have one level for 2 or 3 months. And then you get level 2 for 2 or 3 months, and then level 3 for 3 or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would much rather go get a PlayStation 2, plug it in, and play Hitman Blood Money than I would to play Hitman 2.
Wow.
And I'm trying as hard as I can to like. Oh, and then we had the first elusive contract, which was Sean Bean, which is something Faba beans. And so again, I didn't play Hitman 2016 except for whatever was free, like the first level on the boat. And these elusive contracts, they were supposed to be this big deal. It's all cool and whatever, but like you have one shot, Eminem. And if you
did not miss your chance to blow.
And I got spaghetti all over my sweater. I got mom's spaghetti all over my sweater, and I was like, so, okay, you walk into the building, and it's like, meet up with this guy. Talk to him. It's like, hey, I can get you a meeting with Sean Bean. Cool. But you can't go dressed like that. You got to be either an engineer or a security guard or an enforcer or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So I see this code exchange over here. Okay. I'm going to wait. That guy's got his back turned. I vault over. I sneak up, and I fiber wire him. I kill him. Take his clothes. Dump him in the closet. I'm feeling good. Nobody saw. Okay, cool. All right, take me to the meeting. Go up to the meeting. I'm like, hey, Sean Bean. And you're supposed to sit in this chair. And he's like, hey, you know what? Because he's a former assassin in the ICA, I think it is. That's Agent 47's like syndicate. That he's been killed many times and he keeps coming back alive. He's like, I bet you were, if you were sent in here to kill me, what would you do? And you just hit a button. He's like, I see you drinking a lot of coffee over there. I'd probably poison the coffee and you'd die before you knew it, whatever. I wouldn't drink that coffee. What else would you do? Well, I'd lure you out to the balcony. I'd throw you to the balcony. Nice try. Well, I'd grab that letter opener over there and I'd shove it through your skull. Nice try. You're never going to kill me. And he's like, okay, that was good though, whatever. And then he walks out the room. You're supposed to walk with him. And I'm like, okay. And then I get to the room and I'm like, well, like at all times, all of these targets have like minimum 3 people around them. So it's not, and you've got a coin. Like everybody's like, oh, Hitman's best weapon is the coin. You throw the coin, it distracts them. They go out there and you garrote them or you shoot them or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, but if I throw a coin and there's 3 people around my target, it's really frustrating, and I hate saying that. Like, I want to like this game so bad, but it is not happening at all.
Yeah.
When was the last time that you actually bought a game that you were like, I do not like this? Because I can't remember the last time I felt like this about a game where I'm like, I was so excited to get this game to where I actually play it. I'm like, I just don't like this game.
The last game I got that I can think of, I don't think I've had any misses with PS4.
Okay.
Or Switch or 3DS, I guess. The last true miss that I can remember, and to a lot of people it probably wasn't a miss, was Final Fantasy XIII on PS3. Just did not. No, that's 10. It just did not. I just didn't get it. The next closest thing, which kind of breaks my heart, Final Fantasy 15.
Really?
Like, that dropped from my game of the year for 2016 to something I'll probably never play again. Like, it was fun, and I applaud what they were able to do with it, but
after 10 years,
it just got kind of repetitious, which is weird because the other game, like 10 and 10 and 7 that I love, which are pure turn-based RPGs, you would think that would get repetitious of just attack. But something about 15, like I just feel like it was very active battle, but I just felt like I was doing the same thing every time. I don't know. And it was not a bad game by any means, but it's just something that
12's definitely better.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's just something I'll never go back and play again. And I just I beat it and I enjoyed the story and you really get, involved with the characters and stuff. But then it was just kind of like, when I think back on it, I could see playing God of War again. I could see playing Horizon again. I'm definitely going to play Spider-Man again. Yep. I definitely am not done with Breath of the Wild. I don't know that I'll start a new game in it. I probably will at some point, but I just can't see any scenario where I go back and play through 15 again. I've played through 10 4 or 5 times. I've played through 12 3, maybe 4 times. Wow. I'm on my 3rd or 4th time through 7. I keep going back to those games. I'll never play 15 again. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call that a miss, but that's the last one that I was super excited about that just didn't quite live up to the hype for me.
Yeah.
But not a miss, I would say.
Yeah, the buyer's remorse on Hitman 2 is so high right now for me. And it's like, I'm trying to make myself play this game, but I'm like, also...
Actually,
what?
Then in a similar fashion, everything I just said about 15, the more recent game, again, probably an unpopular opinion, Odyssey. Not a game I'll probably ever go back. I could maybe see playing it again, but I don't know that I would never start over. I would never play through that game from start again.
You'll never have New Donk City again.
Right.
You won't
like
forget
I loved that game when I played it.
I know.
And then it just soured quickly. I'm like,
I know.
I don't
Same with me.
need to, I've experienced it. Like, I'm done. But
this goes back to the thing, like when you buy a game, when I buy a game, because we don't get any games for free, in my mind, I'm like, I have to beat this game. I have to beat this game. I have to do as much as I can in this game because I paid the money, but I could also just be like, but I don't like this.
That's the thing. I beat 15. I beat Odyssey. I never beat 13. And I never will. I probably didn't get more than a couple hours into it.
Okay.
So that's probably the most recent true miss for me.
Yeah, this is a miss and it sucks. Like I really am to the point now where I'm like, I'd rather have that 60 gigs on my hard drive and just go trade it in GameStop for PUBG.
Yeah.
And I'll probably
No, I mean, there's things like when I bought Destiny 2 for like $10 or whatever it was on sale for. But
it was on sale for $10.
I wasn't expecting to like. I'm like, whatever. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. And I wasn't. It was just not for me, and I'm done with it. But yeah, I think the last game that I was really excited for that just didn't do it was Final Fantasy 13. But that's a pretty good streak. I mean,
it is.
That was 5 years ago, 6 years. I don't know how long ago that was.
Yeah, I can't think about
7 years ago, maybe at this point.
Before this, I don't know what my last miss was that I actually paid for.
Yeah.
Especially paying $60 for, I can't think of anything that I just did not like.
Yeah.
I think it's just maybe Hitman has changed into something that is not what I remember Hitman being. And like I said, I'd rather go back and just play Blood Money on PS2.
Yeah.
Or get the Hitman trilogy on PS3 and just play it on PS3, which is, again, do you remember when we talked about this in the past, how weird this game is? Hitman, Blood Money, came out on the PS2 and the Xbox 360. Yeah, exactly. It launched on the PS2 and the HD Xbox 360.
That's weird.
Like, insert Jackie Chan gif. I won't remember to. But like, so we didn't actually get to play it the way it was supposed to be played until they put out the Hitman trilogy on PS3. That is so weird to me to this day. Like, what? I get the PS2 had 120 million units, whatever it was, something ridiculous. No, actually, what was it? 150. We talked about it a few weeks ago.
It was some
I think it was like 150.
Yeah.
I get that, but like, I don't know. It's very disappointing to me.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, you want to get the news of the week?
Let's do it.
All right. So Hitman was depressing, but you know what's more depressing?
What's that?
Sony is skipping E3.
Hmm.
So this broke, I don't even know. Before we did our stream. Amen. I don't know. So let's just, we'll get all the kit and caboodle, and then we'll go into the hookamarole. So Sony announced they're skipping E3, and then Game Informer reached out for comment, and they wrote this article. So this comes from Game Informer. Quote, as the industry evolves, Sony Interactive Entertainment continues to look for inventive opportunities to engage the community, the company told Game Informer in a statement. Quote, PlayStation fans mean the world to us, and we always want to innovate, think differently, and experiment with new ways to delight gamers. As a result, we have decided not to participate in E3 in 2019. We
19?
are 19.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
We are exploring new and familiar ways to engage our community in 2019 and can't wait to share our plans with you. When asked if Sony would push, end quote, when asked if Sony would push its event offsite, similar to how EA provides a show adjacent to EA, PlayStation's senior VP of communication, Jennifer Clark, elaborated further saying, quote, We will not activate or hold a press conference around E3, end quote. The announcement comes after Sony declined to hold their annual fan event called PlayStation Experience or PSX this year, which usually takes place in the first 2 weeks of December. SIE Chairman Sean Layden said at that time that there was simply not enough to show this year, a problem that fans also pointed out during the previous year's more low-key event. The official statement suggests that Sony plans to engage the community in other events. Does this mean Sony will be reviving the currently shuttered PlayStation Experience? Quote, we are looking at events as a whole and how we can speak more to our fans and continue to wow them. The timing of PSX and E3 didn't allow for that, Clark replied. Quote, but lots of exciting things to come and we hope to share shortly. Period. Okay. Some of our biggest games will have key milestones next year, so we will work hard to blow those up. I think you're horrible. You should not be in PR. Yeah, so they canceled PSX. They're stepping out of E3 7 months before E3.
Yeah.
We are admitted Sony fanboys on here. Do you care about E3? Like, I am in, like, this is like,
Not.
there are so many people, like, I love Colin Moriarty. We know that. He has been predicting the doom and the end of E3 for a long time now, but, like, this hurt. This, like, when I read this, I was like, oh, no. Like,
So here,
why?
It sucks, but at the same time, the only thing they could have shown that I would have cared about is PS5.
Or Horizon 2.
Well, yeah, but I don't think we're seeing that anytime soon. I'm sick. I'm sick of Death Stranding. I don't even care anymore.
It hurts me to say that.
I don't need to see any more of Last of Us 2. Nothing's going to diminish. Like, I can't wait for that game. I don't need to see anymore. I don't care. There's nothing they could show unless you show me PS5 that was going to really get me too hyped for it anyway. And so, I don't know. I mean, but to answer your question, no, I don't care about E3 now. Especially with Nintendo always doing their own thing, and now Sony's not going to be at E3, and supposedly, if you believe that, they're also not even going to have their own thing around E3. So what? It's going to be Xbox, and it's going to be like
Ubisoft, Bethesda,
exactly.
and all that crap.
So
yeah. So the one thing I want to bring up was Greg Miller, obviously friend of the show. He had a Twitter thread that when this broke, when they were recording Kind of Funny Games Daily, he said, so this is a thread. I think it puts what did he say here? In case you missed the screaming hypothesizing on Kind of Funny Games Daily, PlayStation skipping E3 has blown my mind. It's bold, confident, and crazy. I think it means they're going to do their own event after E3 and come with megaton after megaton culminating in PS5. I think it puts all eyes on Xbox also. If Xbox can't blow everyone out of the water at E3, people walk away going, man, E3 suck without PlayStation. I can't wait to see what they do at PSX 19. I don't read PlayStation not being there as we're stretched too thin. I read it as we don't need to share the front page of IGN anymore. It's a belief that they have no competition, so why compete? Let the other brands battle. Of course, it could go the other way. E3 could be amazing, and people would be like, well, who needs PlayStation? But I honestly doubt that. Even if E3 is insane, there will be a constant thought of, but what if PlayStation showed up? It's just so crazy. Like, it's not that PlayStation is going to be in a parking lot outside or doing an offsite the Saturday before. They're skipping E3, all caps. They're saying in so many words, PlayStation's bigger than E3, and with stats like these, aren't they bigger? We'll cover this in a minute about PlayStation's PS4's birthday. It's not like Greg Miller, the Sony pony, talking. PlayStation is on top by a lot right now. If they do nothing next year, no E3, no Gamescom, no Paris, etc., they just have one event to rule them all where they announce or tease an Xbox, everyone will be there. Every mainstream media outlet will be there, and they won't have to share their USA Today article like they would at E3. And that's not to mention the fact that nearly every mainstream E3 article or what have you is going to mention that PlayStation skipped this year. It's so crazy, but it makes sense. It builds the anticipation and owns two huge news cycles. And then the Arctic Sloth wrote to Greg and said, but if they don't... Yeah, but if they don't have what it takes to back this up, it's going to be hella embarrassing. If I have to sit through another Last of Us 2 or Death Stranding trailer, Lord help me. And Greg said, this is a great point. I don't bring it up, and I didn't bring it up in my original thread. PlayStation plays. I'm so cottonmouth. PlayStation has just cranked expectations up to 5,000%. If they break their silence with the PSX event that just updates on their games we've already seen, this blows up in their face. But they have to know that, right? If it was that they were just out of gas and need a breather, you say you're not coming to E3, but that you'll have a special live blogcast updating everyone on the slate, right? I do wonder if they had a messaging plan for this, though. Do they want to break the news about skipping E3? Did they expect the ESA to blow up their spot today? Meanwhile, what's going on at Xbox? I have to imagine Phil's got an all-hands meeting where he's like, quote, this is our moment. This is where it's not really a quote. You know what I mean? This is where we springboard off of all the amazing programs we put in place and show the blanking gamers show the blanking games that'll make people Xbox gamers. But is Xbox a place for that? They have all these great studios now, but games take time. Do they move up announcement plans to take advantage of the situation? Console plans? When did Xbox hear this was going to happen? And did that give them enough runway to make changes? Meanwhile, Nintendo's like, whatever, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and Metroid in 2019. Good luck, PlayStation. And then I had a all y'all got jokes GIF after that. I think this is PlayStation just being like, and I
think it's twofold. I think it's there's nothing really to show that we haven't already seen. But I think it's also a strategic move and just saying, let's see what you guys have kind of thing. Like, let Xbox, are we going to see Xbox 2 or whatever at E3? Or are they going to do it at their own? I mean, I don't know. But it sounds like they're just kind of sitting back and just saying, let's see what y'all got. Y'all got jokes, huh? But I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I think clearly the PS5 is not coming out till 2020.
But there's no way we get through 2019 and we don't hear about it.
What I think they're doing is they stay radio silent until PSX 2019. 2019 they say, here's the PS5. And they show something, or they show teraflops or something. A few months later they do their like with the PS4 they did an event in February and it came out in November. I think PSX happens in 19 and we see the PS5 then, or we hear about it or something. Like they have not, other than the CEO of Sony, no one has said PS5 or anything like that. I think PSX 19, I definitely think we hear it. But what does this mean?
Do you think that's when we hear about it, or you think by then?
No.
You think there's any chance we hear about it earlier?
Nope. I think that's when, I think a year from almost right now, here's the PS5 or the
PlayStation.
Thank you, Sean. But there's literally no way the PS5 is coming out next year. There's no chance. There's literally, if they're skipping E3, anybody that thought the PS5 was coming out in 2019, you are dead wrong. I said forever. It's coming out on November 20th, 2020. Book it, either that or the Xbox will. Something's coming out on November 20th, 2020 because the marketing. Are you kidding me? It's like $99.99 all over again for the Dreamcast.
Yes.
And then, of course, Xbox tweeted, hey, can't wait to see y'all at E3 in 2019. Good on you, Xbox. We've never gone to E3, obviously. So we are not jaded like other people are. Like, all I know is last year, June, I put Eliza down for a nap, and I was folding laundry, and I was like, okay, Eliza, you're going to go to sleep so I can watch I don't even like Xbox. Sorry. But I'm like, I want you to go take a nap. Shh, it's good. Go take a nap. Daddy's going to fold laundry and watch the Xbox E3. Like, I stop everything I'm doing to watch Microsoft, Sony, and then Nintendo's stupid little Treehouse Live, whatever shit they do. Like, I'm not jaded. Like, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. Now, Sony's conference this year sucked. That was so freaking weird. Let's put you all in this weird burned out church with lights and like a flute and like a banjo or whatever. Like, why? But but it's still, to me, E3 is still E3. Like, I'm not jaded and burned like a lot of like industry people are. Like, Colin's the one that talks about being burned, but like, I don't want E3 to die. Like, I want to have my Christmas in June that is just nerding out over video games for 3 or 4 days and then talking about it nonstop. And I don't want that to go away. And I hope this doesn't mean that is going away.
I don't think it'll ever go away, but it won't be the same this year for sure. Especially because is there a single PS4 game that we either know is coming or is rumored to be coming that is not first party? Like that wouldn't be. Like,
nope. Right.
So I just don't see myself really caring this year.
So Days Gone is coming out now. April, I think it got delayed too. We thought Last of Us was going to be June. So does this mean Last of Us is not coming out even next year? Like, I wonder if they're not even going to have an E3. I'm like, oh my God, when are we going to play Last of Us 2? Maybe it's not till 2020, and then Death Stranding is like 2025. Yeah. So that is what really makes me wonder, what does this mean for Last of Us 2 and what does this mean for Death Stranding? Whatever the hell it is. And then there's the Ghost of Tsushima, which we assumed was going to be like a fall game. Like we thought it was going to be Last of Us 2 in June, Ghost of Tsushima in the fall, Death Stranding sometime in 2020, and then the new system comes out either hopefully with Horizon 2 or really close Horizon 2, and then Spider-Man 2 right after that, and then just go from there, and then God of War 2. Oh my God. Now I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yep.
All right. One thing that doesn't suck, Sean, you know what that is?
What's that?
It's that... No. On November 15th, Sean, the PlayStation turned.
It got turned
up. It turned up to the tune of 5 years old. So the PS4 is 5 years old. They've now sold over 86 million units. Can you do the math here real quick? Get your thing.
I don't need it.
778 million games over 86 million consoles. So 9 per console.
About, yeah.
Still seems low when you got PS Plus. So I don't know what that means.
I think it means... I was going to say physical, but not even physical. It means nothing now. I think it's...
It must be games that you paid for is what it must mean, right?
I would think
not PS Plus. It must factor out PS Plus, I would think.
Probably, yeah.
The top 5 best-selling games. This is just alphabetical order.
GTA.
Call
of Duty.
Black Ops 3. Call
of Duty.
World War 2. FIFA 17. FIFA
18.
GTA 5. I guarantee GTA 5.
GTA 5 is the top. Like, that can't even be close.
The most popular titles on PS4 have been Call of Duty Black Ops 3, FIFA 17, FIFA 18, Fortnite, of course, and GTA 5. The most downloaded PS Plus games were Black Ops 3, Destiny 2, Friday the 13th, Just Cause 3, and Mafia 3. The rarest PS4 models, obviously the 500 million, whatever, the beautiful PS4 Pro thing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. It's just crazy. Like, I cannot believe the PS4. It seems like it came out forever ago. It also seems like it came out a year ago.
Yeah, it still seems like... I mean, now... It almost feels like it's just now getting more commonplace, whereas when you got it, it was like, oh my God, you have a PS4. And then I got it like a year later, and even I was like, oh my God, I have a PS4. Like, it still seemed like such a big deal. But yeah, it's been 5 years. That system has been around for 5 years. That just blows my mind. And
I had nothing to play on it other than I got Call of Duty Ghosts. That was the last Call of Duty I played all the way through. There's nothing else to play. And I had PS Plus game was, what's it called? Resogun.
Yes, I remember that.
So good. Happy birthday, PS4. Happy birthday. All right, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is interesting. Like I said, I don't like Xbox, but let's talk Xbox. Rumors say that Microsoft is releasing a diskless, which is hard to say, Xbox One. This comes from IGN. A recent rumor suggests that Microsoft is considering a new Xbox One SKU that removes the disk drive as a cost-reducing measure. As reported by Thurrott, this console would very much be part of the Xbox One family of devices and not the next generation group of hardware that would compose Scarlet. This rumored Xbox One is expected to be released sometime in 2019. Stop looking. Possibly as early as the spring and sell for $200 or less. The rumor also maintains that any Scarlet consoles would end up coming later, sometime in 2020. A revised Xbox One S SKU is also rumored to be in development, retaining a disk drive while allowing Microsoft to sell the hardware at a reduced rate by adjusting other components. They suggest the Xbox One X family, X and S, just God. It would be comprised of 3 units: Xbox One X, Xbox One S, and the rumored disc-less Xbox One. Another part of the rumor involves Microsoft opening up a disc-to-digital program that lets players who already own Xbox One games on disc to take them to participating retailers. Realtors. The Microsoft Store is specifically mentioned to trade the physical copy in for a digital download. Keep in mind, all this is heavily rumored. Microsoft has been busy, blah, 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 blah. So, it looks like Microsoft is going to release a disc-less Xbox One next year. Under $200. It won't be an Xbox One X. It would be the S. You know, it will not be 4K and teraflops out the wazoo and all that other stuff. But if they really do a program where they're like, it's interesting though, if they do a program where it's like you can trade in your Xbox One discs for digital copies, why are you buying a new console unless your Xbox One just dies? But I think this is them testing the waters because we all know the rumors that the Scarlet is going to have a superpowered Xbox and a superpowered cloud Xbox that will be cheaper because everything will be in the cloud. You'll just have like a little Apple TV or something. I think this is interesting.
I think it's interesting and it makes perfect sense. Like I remember, I mean, it's been, I don't know, 6-7 years now, maybe, I don't know. But when Apple first came out with the MacBook Air,
yeah,
and how tiny it was, and it didn't have a CD drive.
No USB drive.
How do you do anything without a CD drive? And now it's like, oh, you don't need
a CD drive.
I don't have one on my work laptop. It didn't even occur to me until probably earlier this year that I didn't have a CD drive on that thing. I'm like, oh yeah, like what? But you don't need it. I've never needed it. I don't have a disk drive on my iMac at home. Like my car doesn't even have a disc player. Like what? This seems like such antiquated technology at this point that I wouldn't be surprised if PS5 and Xbox 2 are that way. I don't think they will have a disc drive. It just, there's no need to have it. Now, I don't know about cost save. I mean, I'm sure it has to save money, but at the same time, look how much thinner the MacBook got just because you didn't have to put a disc drive in it.
Yeah.
Like, now, the size of the PlayStation and the Xbox or whatever aren't that size because it needs a disc drive. But, I mean, it's that much more space that can be used for whatever else to put your teraflops in there. But it makes total sense, and I think it's a sign of things to come.
But also think about, like, PC gamers. Like, when was the last time, if you actually listen to us and you're a PC gamer, thank you. When was the last time you bought a physical like disc game? Like I can remember I had Half-Life 2 on disc. That was in 2004.
That was probably the last PC game I have on disc.
Yeah, and I lost it. Also, I don't have a PC, so like I don't know what to do. Like
yeah,
I like Jess and Rasan. Everybody makes fun of me because I still like Blu-rays. Like I like to have my Blu-rays. Like
but see, I'm way past that. I think I own maybe like 3 Blu-rays, but I have like boxes and boxes of DVDs.
Games.
No, DVDs.
Well, okay.
That I was so proud
I've
of
got
that collection.
DVDs and Blu-rays.
Now I'm just like, what do I do with these? They'll never come out of the box that they're sitting in right now. It's like before I wanted to have them on display. Now I'm like, I don't even want these. I don't want to get rid of them, but I also don't want them.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why games won't go that same path where there's just no need to have them anymore.
I have wrestling pay-per-views on DVDs. I'm like, I have the network. These should just go in the garbage right now. Like, I have WWE Network. What am I doing?
Yeah.
But I like, there's something, I don't know if it goes back to me just being an old man, hashtag Team Young, Logan. Whether it's popping a cartridge in or, you know, and then put whatever it is, there's something that's, to me, I think it's like, I don't really own something unless I have something physical to hold. Like you could own, quote unquote, own, like any digital game you own, you don't really own. You know that, right? Like you just own it as long as the publisher retains the rights to Destiny or Ninja Turtles or whatever it is. When they lose the rights, they could say, well, you can't play this game anymore. Friday the 13th, whatever. Like, but if you have a physical disc you can put in, not connected to the internet, and just play God of War or Horizon or Breath of the Wild on the cartridge that doesn't taste good, whatever, like it's just different to me. But I definitely think that eventually I'm going to have to get with the times and say, like, I don't think the PS5 will have no optical disc, but it won't surprise me if they come in two different SKUs to say physical or no physical. Save $50 if you just download your games. And it's like, well, I mean my internet's good enough. I'll just download it, whatever.
I'm with you. Like, it didn't even cross my mind to buy Spider-Man digitally or God of War digitally. Like, I wanted the disc. But then there are games like Sonic Mania
like,
that
why?
You could buy physical or digital. And with those, I'm like, just digital is fine. So it's something, there's this weird distinction about like the higher, not higher quality, but the more, you know, like the true like
AAA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I want the disc.
No, I know.
But that's going to change. It is.
Yeah.
And eventually it's just going to be like, I wouldn't be surprised if the next generation does not have a disc drive.
I guarantee if we talk to PC players, like they remember a time where, if they're our age, they remember where they were like, they got Half-Life 2 on disc or whatever, and they were like, I mean, I can't imagine ever just downloading games, but it's like, literally, if you have a PC, you don't own one physical game. You just don't, period. Yeah. And eventually, that's going to make it, because, I mean, all these consoles are just, they're just PCs now anyways.
Basically, yeah.
With a cool logo on them. I'm an old man. Sean.
Yes.
Do you remember when we made that cool video about when we predicted our N64 Mini, what the console would look like and the games that would be on it?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Well, guess what? Steven Totillo Kotaku says, you guys suck. That's not a direct quote. This comes from Kotaku. Nintendo's holiday lineup does not include a new retro console. A surprise for fans and media who expected the 2016 NES Classic and the 2017 SNES Classic retro consoles to be followed by a 2018 Nintendo 64 Classic. That's us.
That is us. This is us.
Reggie, this is us. This is we. Reggie feels to me isn't one to announce new products on the fly during an interview, but he made it sound like the window for Nintendo doing such a device is closed for now. Quote, we were clear when we did the first two Classic series that for us, this is us, these were limited time opportunities that were a way for us as a business to bridge the conclusion of Wii U as a hardware system to the launch of Nintendo Switch, he said. Quote, that was the very strategic reason we launched the NES Classic system, unquote. I mean, end of quote. Whatever. Unshun. Reshun. The Wii U had been fading fast by early 2016, and the Switch. This is Kotaku. Switch didn't launch until early 2017. Quote. So while consumers may have been anticipating something, we view these as limited time opportunities. We've also now been very clear that as the consumer looks forward to engaging with our classic content, that is going to happen more and more with the subscription service. Kotaku asked, would you rule out an N64 Classic coming? Reggie says, I would not rule something out ever, but what I could tell you is certainly that's not in our planning horizon.
Zero Dawn.
So they're buying the rights to Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, this sucks. Sean, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that we haven't seen it already, and I'm shocked that it's just not happening. Like, I thought for sure they were going to go bang, 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 3 years in a row, 3 classic consoles. I didn't think they would ever go further than the N64, but I think the N64 is old enough that it can be considered a classic console. This shocks me, I gotta say. What do you think? Ow.
I'm torn. That's a nice little audio spike there. As I shove the microphone into my face. I know when we did our SNES mini prediction, part of me was like, it makes sense that they would do this, but I don't think we'll be that lucky. And then they did it. And I was like, holy crap.
We bit off more than we could
And
chew.
so I got my hopes up that when we followed that up with N64, like, it's inevitable. It'll be coming. And it may still, but I never bought the NES Classic. I didn't buy the SNES Classic. I probably wasn't going to buy the N64 Classic. But it still sucks that, at least as of right now, it doesn't seem to be coming. I mean, I think we were lucky to get the first one. Like, hats off to Nintendo. Awesome idea. And then the fact that they were smart enough to follow that up with the SNES, now it's like, okay, they're getting it. And then they're like, yeah, we're not going to do the N64. At least for right now. They may still do it at some point, but it sucks. I thought for sure we were going to see it. And it's almost like if they're not doing it now,
it ain't happening.
It's probably not happening.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
It's just so weird because it's not even like... I don't have nostalgia in my bones for the N60. I was going to do the Colin thing in my balls. But I wanted this console. Like, I wanted a little cute little N64, and I wanted the weird ass freaking, you got to have 3 hands to hold the controller. And like, I wanted to somehow for them to get the rights to just one wrestling game. Just one wrestling game would have made that console worth it. It sucks that it's not happening. But I mean, they put out 2 of the 5 best consoles ever made, and the N64 is not on that level.
Yeah.
So I get it. I mean, the N64 is wrestling, Mario.
Zelda.
That's it. There's nothing.
And
Castlevania
GoldenEye.
64. Well, I mean, and that sucks too. If you go back
And Smash and Mario Party. I mean, those have all gotten better.
Well, that's
subsequent
right.
systems, but yeah.
And I don't think Zelda has gotten better. Well, I do, because if you look at my top 10
I mean,
list.
I clearly don't, but that's tough. But yeah, it sucks.
But still, go watch our N64 mini prediction special for whenever it comes out. All right, next up, we got a couple quick items here. Sean, I love sales numbers. Do you?
Yes.
All right, so NPD for October is out. What do you think was the best-selling game in October, Sean?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
No. Crap. It didn't make the top 10.
Call of Duty 4. Black Ops 4. Whatever.
High fist
Fist.
bump. Number 2 was...
GTA.
It didn't make the top
Red
10. Yeah.
Red Dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 is Red Dead Redemption 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, NBA 2K19, Super Mario Party, Soul Calibur 6, FIFA 19, Spider-Man, Madden 19, WWE 2K19.
Do you have that?
What?
19?
2K?
WWE? 19, 2K, WWE. I saw a commercial that it's on sale. I think it was just a Black Friday thing, but maybe you can...
You do.
It was on sale for $30.
I'm not buying it. I'm never buying that game again. Until they go back to the N64 style of wrestling games, I'm not buying it again.
That sounds like a game I would have more fun playing with other people.
But
not online.
We'll do one Let's Play like, that was fun. And then you're like, well, I'm never going to play
We'll get another
Yeah.
30,000 views on it and and then never play it again.
So, of course, Call of Duty won't die. And the 30 seconds I played it at Extra Life when I got 1 kill was fun. And then I was like, I can't find a guy. There, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Oh, there, I'm dead. Well, okay, I hate this game. So, year to date, what's the best-selling game of the year? What do you think?
GTA 5. I'm going to always say that.
Don't overthink it.
Call of Duty.
Black Ops 4.
Wow.
What do you think number 2 is? Don't overthink it.
Red Dead.
Yes. Number 3 is Far Cry. Huh? Number 4 is Spider-Man. That's freaking... That game... That game. I'm very happy. Number 5, NBA 2K19. Number 6, God of War. Hurts my heart a little bit, but it's still I love both those games. Number 7, Monster Hunter World. Number 8, Madden 19. Number 9,
GTA.
Okay. Number 10, Call of Duty World War II. So it's like Call of Duty's just like, we don't even need to make a single player mode. We'll charge you $60 to do freaking Battle Royale, which I'm gonna buy. PUBG. Are you buying it officially?
Probably. I may just come over and play it.
No,
here first just to
we
see.
need a Let's Play. Just spend $30. We can do a Let's Play. Like Black Ops doesn't even have a campaign. Here's $60 for zombies and Battle Royale. Okay, I'll do it. Like it's already
zombies.
It's been out for like 2 weeks in October, and it's the best-selling game of the year. What in the hell?
No. If it ain't broke,
don't break it.
And so on.
One more item here, and then we'll get to everybody's favorite part of the podcast. Sean, do you remember Blazing Chrome?
No. Yeah.
Think. Go back in your mind's eye. Blazing Chrome.
Is it like a...
I'm trying to get us codes for it.
Is it like Streets of Rage kind of thing? Is it like beat 'em up?
But it's hardcore 2, basically. Remember the Contra game?
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's coming out in early 2019. Hopefully the trailer is playing right here. It looks amazing. It literally looks like Contra Hardcore on the Genesis Part D. It's coming out for PS4, PC, and Switch at launch. Early 2019. We think it's coming out in January. I'm going to try to get us codes. I'm buying that game. Sorry if you guys are like, well, they're going to buy it. We don't need to give them codes.
Not giving them a code now.
I want that game so bad. I guarantee that game will have like a 30 live cheat or something. It looks so good. Hopefully you guys are seeing it here in the I don't know how long the trailer is if I'm still talking, but like it looks so good. It's coming out early 2019. I cannot wait to play that game. Blazing Chrome. It's basically Contra Hardcore 2 for the Genesis. I can't wait to see it. Sean, are you excited for that?
I am now. I forgot about it. But
you know what else I'm excited for?
What?
It's that time of the week when we play the It's the Back of the Box Challenge. If you didn't know, the Back of the Box Challenge is how we end the podcast here every week that we decide to podcast here on the Two Player Co-op Podcast. What this game is we read the back of the box aloud. I mean, come on.
We all know how to play.
Come on. If you don't know,
it's in the name.
Then go back. We read the back of the box, the other player bleep out stuff, and they guess the game. That's Back of the Box Challenge. Now, you were excited about your pick.
I'm going to go first because I'm excited.
Because I need water, so yeah.
All right. Every night at the stroke of 12, the blank knight...
The Shovel Knight? The
I'm
Plague
not
Knight?
going to say his name.
Plague Knight? King Knight?
No, I'm going to say his name. The blank knight...
Pumpersnickel. Peppy?
Pepperuchow.
Pepperoni?
Pepperuchow. And his world spring to life to the delicate singing voice of the blank fairy princess. Suddenly, the princess is kidnapped by a mysterious villain and an evil spell is cast. Now, Pepper must rescue the princess before daylight.
Pepper?
I mean, apparently they shortened his name to Pepper.
Okay.
Pepper must rescue the princess before daylight, or there will be no tomorrow in this magical world of blank. And then there's like some bullets.
Is a magical world of blank the name of the game?
No.
Is this a licensed property?
No.
By the way, so I came out here earlier to turn the heat on. When I opened that door to go outside, all of a sudden a wasp like went boom, boom, like landed on my shoulder. And was
like dead?
Oh, like it
was
hibernating
too cold
and woke
or something?
up or something. Like it landed on my shoulder and I almost died. I screamed.
Squish it?
I screamed like I killed the shit. But I screamed like a little girl. Is this a 16-bit game?
No.
8?
No.
Oh, 32.
Yes.
Okay. Is it part of a series?
I think it is. Hang on. Go ahead with your bad self.
What? Go ahead with what?
Your bad self.
That's the only way I know how to go ahead.
Well, that didn't help.
Well, this is weird.
Okay. It's part of a series.
Is it Konami?
No.
Capcom?
No.
Sony?
No.
Oh, that was weird. Okay. Okay. Is it still... Well, you didn't know it was a series. Is the developer still around today?
Yes.
Okay. Is this a Nintendo game?
No.
I wish we recorded all these podcasts live so I could look at the chat. So is this series that you didn't know was a series still around today?
What was the question?
Is whatever this series is still around today?
No.
Was this a console exclusive on the 32 era?
Yes.
To a Sega console?
Yes.
Oh. Is this a Sega game?
Hang on.
You're facing
No, I'm reading something else now.
Ooh, boy.
Okay. So what was the question?
Is it a Sega game?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. All right. 32X?
No.
Saturn?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Does this star a red echidna?
No. Was there a Knuckles game on Saturn?
Chaotix. Oh, no,
32X.
never mind. We're on Saturn. Never mind. Sorry. All right. Do you play as a dragoon? Do you ride a dragoon? Is there a dragoon? Okay.
There's not a dragoon to my knowledge.
All right. Okay, so it's a Sega game, Saturn. Oh God, did we own this?
I don't believe so.
Oh my! Is this a Zelda-like game?
No.
Oh, damn it!
What were you thinking?
Legend.
Oh, we own that.
Yeah, I know, but I was like,
okay.
I don't know
No, we definitely
didn't
own that.
Okay. So this was part of a series, though. Was this the first game in the series?
It was.
Did this series make it to the
No.
Dreamcast? Okay.
There was a sequel, and it was also on the Saturn.
Is this a role-playing game?
No.
Okay, thank God. Is it a fighting game?
No.
Is this a... Why would you be excited about this? Why would you be excited about this game?
Mainly just because it's a game I forgot about.
But we didn't own.
No. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we did not. Let me check some of the bullets here.
Yeah, give me some bullets.
Stunning
shoot the
cinema
bullets in
quality
my head?
SGI rendered characters and
Oh my.
graphics create an amazing 3D world.
Mm-hmm.
So
So is this played third person or first person?
third.
Okay. Would you shoot the bullets in my head? Through my head.
All right. I want to bleep this word out, but if I read the rest of the bullet, there's no point in having bleeped it out. You suffered enough, so I'll just give it to you.
Oh, I thought that was
Not the
line.
game, but
I thought that was the line. You suffered enough.
suffered enough. All right. It's anything but child's play. Maneuvering through huge household items, enemies, and treacherous furniture demands strategy and split-second timing. And then tons of well-hidden rooms are stuffed.
Are you alone in this game? In the dark?
No.
Damn it.
Tons of well-hidden rooms are stuffed with straight...
Cash
Oh, they went on two different lines. Strategic. It's STR.
Strategic.
It's STRATE dash
Gic.
new line GIC. Strategic power-ups. Be careful. Nothing as easy as it seems. That didn't really help you.
Is this a 3D platformer? What's that freaking... Are you a knight?
You are.
You're... Oh!
You got it.
Is it Clockwork?
It is.
Clockwork Knight or
Yes.
whatever? Yes!
We did not own that, I don't think.
No.
But to me, that's like such a...
Can I see it?
It's such a...
Pretty?
It's like Saturn. Like
Yes.
that and Panzer Dragoon and like Nights into Dreams. So there was a sequel.
Yep. I did not know there
So
was
what
a
I was
sequel.
reading
Okay.
is that... So there was a sequel, Clockwork Knight 2. And it says... A second sequel, the working titles for which included Clockwork Knight 3 Penguin War
Oh.
and Clockwork Knight Puzzle, used gameplay similar to the Bomberman series, but never made it past the beta stage. Another sequel titled Night and Night, like night,
like mac and cheese,
apostrophe
pork and beans,
pork and beans, Night and Night, was scheduled to appear on the GameCube, but never released.
Wow. No, we never. I don't think we ever even played that.
I'm wondering if we played it. I
think
feel
we
like
even
maybe we
rented
played
it.
like a demo. Maybe there's a demo that came with some game. Because I feel like I played it, but I don't really remember renting Saturn games.
I feel like it was.
But I'm also pretty sure we didn't own it. But I feel like
We
I
didn't
played
own it. We
so
definitely
it must have
didn't
been
own
a demo that came with something.
But it was pretty for Saturn, wasn't it?
It was
It was
very
like 2.5D.
yeah. It was like very clunky.
Yeah,
like,
he's like.
exactly. But yeah. So all I really bleeped out was
What made me get? How did I get it?
every night at the stroke of 12, the wind-up night, Pepperochu. Delicate singing voice of the Clockwork Fairy Princess. But, yeah.
Shout out to Fairy Princesses.
Clockwork Night.
All right. You ready, Sean?
Yeah.
Good.
Good. Great. Grand.
Fantastic. All right. Which one? Yeah, I'm going to do this one. Ready?
I love how you have multiple games lined up and you're like, well, he stumped me, so I'm going to go with this one.
Like the 5 I have lined up are pretty, they're all pretty easy.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
Thousands of blank are on the loose. Marching.
Penguins.
This game is too easy.
Lemmings.
Okay.
Wait.
Next game.
Is it really?
Yeah, thousands of lemmings are on the loose, marching towards extinction unless you can save them. Blah blah. This was stupid. I was like, as soon as I read this, I was like, this is stupid. All right, let's try this one. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Venture back to blank.
What?
Venture back to blank in an age of
Hyrule.
magic and hero.
Is it? Majora's Mask. No, that's not Hyrule.
Can I read the game?
Oh, Link Between Worlds. I don't know. Just keep going.
The predecessors of blank and blank face monsters on the march when a menacing magician.
Oh, Minish Cap.
Nope. Takes over the kingdom. Only you can prevent his
Four
evil
Swords.
plot from. You suck as a Zelda fan. From shattering the land of Hyrule. In your quest, you'll venture into twisting mazes, dungeon palaces.
Is it Link to the Past?
Yes.
Oh, because Aghanim. Yeah. Back when they were like, oh, Ganon's not in this.
Test your metal with mighty swords and magical. Spoiler alert, Sean, who's Aghanim?
He's a Ganon.
Yeah, he's a Ganon. Okay, so I just let me read the whole thing because this is just it makes me so happy just to read this. Venture back to Hyrule, A Link to the Past, in an age of magic and heroes. The predecessors of Link and Zelda face monsters on the march when a menacing magician takes over the kingdom. Only you can prevent forest fires. His evil plot from shattering the land of Hyrule. In your quest, you'll venture into twisting mazes, dungeons, palaces, and shadowy forests. Test your mettle with mighty sword. The alliteration.
There's a lot of alliteration.
Mighty swords and magical weapons. Or heft a boulder and hurl it at your enemies. That required its own sentence. If the going gets tough, dive into a river. You can swim to escape. Learn powerful spells, locate magical artifacts, and solve the mysteries of the evil magician in the hidden realm of Hyrule. The exciting Super NES sequel to The Legend of Zelda and The Adventure of Link uses 16-bit power to create a quest so colorful and detailed, you don't play it, you don't just play it, you live it.
Yeah, I love it. Is Clockwork Knight basically Knack?
It's probably Saturn's Knack, but just like this, God, this game is just...
It's so good.
It's just perfect. Okay, so you got 2 for the price of 1. Good job.
It's Black Friday after all.
It is Black Friday.
Well, not for y'all, but for us.
It's way past Black Friday. Hey, that was fun. You know what else was fun, Sean? Episode 115 of the 2-Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you didn't hear the beginning, we have a merch store. So go to teespring.com/stores/2-Player Co-op.
Now you have to put it in.
I don't know if it's still there. If I do this, it's required. To check out the merch. You're too late. We did 10% off for Black Friday, but it's way too late. You're not even seeing that. Are you trying to find something?
I was looking for a hat. What was the hat I threw last time? I guess I was wearing a hat that day. Well, that was very loud. That'll work.
We are part of the Nerd 901 family, so go to Nerd 901 to bring nerds together in Memphis and around the globe.
The glove. It's glove.
YouTube.com/Blurred Without Fear. Go check out Ernie. He is like this close to getting to 15,000 subscribers. Ernie is our brother from another mother. I mean, we love him. You know that. You should know by now. Just go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at Kevin White. He's at Real Sean White. Together we're at 2player_2player co-op. We have a Facebook page that we stopped updating. Again, at facebook.com/2player co-op gaming. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been a lot of fun for episode 115. Come back next week for episode 116. Yes, that's right. 2 weeks in a row. But Sean, until then, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for
What
playing.
was that?
I don't know. I feel like I got to toss it.
I thought you were going to throw it at the camera.
Thank you for... it's going to be... Well, I'll just do it now. Thank you for playing.
Didn't even show up on...
It's hard to throw. Yeah, let me try this.
Hey guys, bye. Bye. Snap. Swap.